You're watching part of Beagle's XCOM 2 hands-on preview. For more XCOM 2 videos, including other missions, equipment and customization overviews, and a look at the game's smaller details, you can find them all here at the hub linked on screen now. And you can find links in the description. Otherwise, your XCOM 2 preview starts right now. With one run of Mumbai down and the black site operation successful, I had one more mission in my sights, reloading the game and returning to the original Mumbai mission, but on the game's hardest difficulty. After confirming that yes, I could change the difficulty mid-session and that wasn't going to break anything with their setup, I jumped on the chance and outfitted my squad of ultimate badasses to make sure they looked the part. Have you ever seen a squad of XCOM troops look this good? We got Jamie Jones on the Gremlin, Bell on the 50, Flores likes her smart gun a little too much, and Thanos is new, but he's cool, man, trust me. Oh, and Marquez? We put him in the Iron Man costume. You bet he likes that. We're geared up, dressed up, jacked up, and good to go. So if you'll join me on the Sky Ranger, it's time to light some fires.
Deployed. Menace, ready to deploy.
A hacker trying to impress the Resistance found a way into the Advent network through an access point near our AO. From the looks of it, she found something critical tied to the aliens' latest operation. Unfortunately, she only lived long enough to recover a fragment of the data. We're moving to secure the area, eliminate any alien forces nearby, and hack that terminal before they manage to lock it down. We need that data if we're going to stop their progress. Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
Now, don't think this is a repeat just because it's the same mission. Unless you've been underneath a rock, you know how XCOM 2's all about the procedurally generated levels, which for dummies means the maps are different every time, same mission or not. And right away, we run into some new friends, a couple of Advent turrets guarding a security checkpoint in the middle of the street. The squad moves in around them as we dodge past their detection range, but as I'm about to learn, staying in concealment is more than just dodging the red squares. Yeah, I'm so used to thinking of myself as humanity's savior that I forget some civilians actually believe the Advent propaganda about XCOM being a bunch of terrorists. So we get too close to these civvies and... oh, save us from the horrible criminals!
We've been spotted!
Don't worry, civilians, we'll save you from those terrorists. And just like that, thanks to two indignantly panicky civilians, we're smack in the middle of one nasty engagement. We're facing down two high-power turrets, one Advent goon, and one Advent mech. And those yellow pips on their health bars aren't just for show. That means armor, or damage resistance. Every pip on the bar means one less point of damage they'll take from every attack. In the case of the 10 health, 2 armor mech, that's a lot of beef. So we kill what we can, instead of shooting what we can't. And Katya Flores spins up once more. Katya's shredding fire is invaluable to get through the armor on these mechanical enemies, and as always, Bell's happy to clean up. The sharpshooter's lightning hands means it's a free shot with another one still remaining. But first, Thanos steadies his gun over Private Trashbag and sends out a burst. It's another easy cleanup for Sergeant Stacy Bell. But there's still a very angry mech waiting for our attention.
Hostiles pacify.
Marquez joins Flores on the front line, and Jones provides some much-needed smoke cover to their otherwise poor position.
Smoke out!
As you can see, Marquez is still in concealment thanks to his Phantom perk. He doesn't get revealed with the rest of the squad, only when he himself gets spotted. But in this case, it's a curse. His concealed Overwatch doesn't fire while he's still undercover, so after a strong burst from the mech,
Damn, that stings!
the Advent Grunt is free to move in and finish off our Grenadier. Luckily, Flores has other plans that don't involve dying on the sidewalk. Unluckily, those plans are to completely miss the Advent mech, and we really need her to get through its armor.
Missed.
It's not looking good, but that just means we need to keep shooting. Bell places a perfect shot onto the mech despite its heavy armor, while Marquez makes sure the Grunt's plans are over. Bad News Incarnate is still staring us down, and rookie Thanos takes him on toe-to-toe. But this mech is as stubborn as an old Nokia.
Enemy is still up!
And all we can do is provide some gremlin defensive aid as we stare down a very big barrel. The mech moves in for the kill, but instead, he chooses the area approach, barraging us with high explosive.
Getting a little too warm over here!
It is most definitely getting too hot, and I'm not letting Mr. Mech make any more moves. Katya jukes, sets up her gun, and shreds. It's one less point of armor to deal with, and Marquez moves in to finish the job. But that one last pip of armor keeps Mecha Man in the game, and it's up to Thanos to face his robo fears.
Kill confirmed. Could be something on this one.
The mech is executed with impunity, and for a brief moment, we've earned a break. But there's hardly enough time to catch our breath.
Venice 1-5, the Advent network is almost entirely locked down. We're running out of time. Get to that terminal.
The engagements cost us dearly in time, and the objective's only 3 turns away from expiring. Sound familiar? This time, our dash for the objective isn't under the cover of concealment, and that makes it all the more dangerous. And as we approach the objective building, danger's exactly what's in store.
Without the use of human DNA, these creatures once operating under the guise of thin men now show their true form.
Now, I'm not one to commit blasphemy regularly, but sometimes blowing up a church is entirely justified. As long as you don't enjoy it too much.
With pleasure.
Oh, okay, you can enjoy it. The Viper recoils from the blast as stained glass and blood-stained splinters go flying. But there's no time to admire our temple-toppling handiwork. Rookie Theo moves up to continue the barrage of high-explosive heresy. It's just the most theological move to make. The Advent groans from the frag blast and my awful pun in equal measure. But as Jones moves up, there's no rest for the wicked.
No longer a threat.
Bell darts up and proves she does draw faster than a cobra. And with that, God's house has become our house. And definitely not Advent's house.
Running.
An Advent drop flare warns of imminent reinforcements, but first we need to grab that objective. Jones moves up and pulls off another long-range secure, making it the second run in a row that would have totally failed without her long-distance hacking. The rest of the squad takes up positions on the Advent drop site and readies their weapons for a very unfriendly ambush.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Unfortunately, every single shot misses, and we're left with 2 lancers and a grunt in close proximity. And that's just the start of our problems. Yes, our old pal the Sectoid is back, as the Pectoid, and he's bringing 2 more goons with him. It's time to break some Advent faces, and it seems the best way to do that is to blow up the only part of the church I haven't already leveled. To do so, Katya takes a bold move to thump a grenade straight through the church door. This naturally distracts the third Advent, which makes it even funnier when Marquez taps on his shoulder. Did you see it? Right here is where the Advent remembered about Marquez. Bell moves in to clean up the remaining Advents, but the recently destroyed walls seem to be causing some kind of problem that's broken loss. I do a quick reload to clear up the bug, but instead the Advent just disappear, which I assume followed a conversation along the lines of, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill us! Just run while he's reloading the game! Just run, just run!" So with the disappearing Act Advents on the back burner for now, we turn our attention to their still present friends.
On Overwatch.
Bell slams out a shot as the Pectoid charges to cover. But it's no good, and the athletic A sends out a psychic pulse, raising his recently deceased ally as a nasty little zombie. The Advent Lancer goes full on Rambo, diving through stained glass and a full dash of ground, before comically whiffing his actual attack. But it's no laughing matter as a surprise extra grunt pops out of a doorway and levels his gun on the wide open Sergeant Flores.
That all you got?
Like I said, Flores isn't planning to die on the sidewalk.
That's affirmative.
I thanks God for his divine intervention as Katya makes good on her opportunity, moving up to cover and slamming another 40 mil into the church. Because nothing says thanks God like blowing up a church. Jones begins a flanking run on the Advent Grunt and the Pectoid, leaving the Stun Lancer to Marquez's machete. But the graveyard's a bad place to swing a sword, and Marquez performs a swing and a miss. Don't worry, we'll get someone to handle it. Bell's lightning hands make the Lancer an easy target for Theo's righteous repeater. And the Advent lies dead at his ready-made headstone. Jones takes the chance to finish off her flank.
Got him.
And Bell breaks just a little more of the church to line up the zombie. This is a chapel, man. The undead aren't allowed in here.
Target neutralized.
The Pectoid, seeing his Advent cronies lie dying, moves in for a last-ditch assault. A mind control on serial alien killer Stacy Bell. But this is a flank we prepared earlier, and Jones is ready to dish out the pain. Those Pectoid muscles aren't just for show though.
Run and try on ammo.
And despite the bullets, our big pink baby's still standing. But don't worry, Marquez is here to serve up dessert.
Good riddance.
Well, I think we've had our fill of tactical church-busting action. Let's stick the bodies in a doggy bag and head back home. Except for...
Let's do this.
oh yeah, those two Advent who got away before.
Whoa!
Flores decides once again that no, death is not something she's interested in, and returns some fire of her own. The demolition shot fails to take out the Advent's cover, but that's alright, because Thanos decides to go right through it.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
The squad pushes in to find the last man standing, but instead we find him crouching, overwatching behind a car. Thanos doesn't encore his cover-busting magic, so instead, Marquez takes the spotlight.
Target neutralized. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
So ends Operation Warhand. Again. Of all the missions I played, this one felt like it went the best, which is proof that if you dress well, good times will surely follow. Firebrand sets us back down on the Avenger, and our squad strides back to debrief, with only a couple wounds to display, Sergeant Flores being firmly junked, while Corporal Marquez gets off with only a couple markings. The worst part of being wounded is hearing the commander's puns. We drop the Sky Ranger below deck and unload the loot. I couldn't help but notice that the loot I discovered on this mission was streets ahead of the previous gear I'd found. I theorized that higher difficulties may bring higher rewards, but at this point, that's just a guess.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
Worrying about our next move will have to wait for another time though, because with that, the last of my XCOM 2 missions for the day were complete. In 3 short missions, I'd had 3 of the best and most enjoyable XCOM experience I've ever had, and these were just my first 3 runs of the game, in a series I've put around 1800 hours into. Suffice to say, I think XCOM 2 might firmly be a winner. But while the 3 missions I played are over, that's only half of my planned coverage of this XCOM 2 hands-on. In additional videos, I've gone over equipment and perk overviews, a customization roundup, and a look at the game's smaller details. So for all of those videos, including the previous 2 missions you might have missed, click on the hub linked now on screen for more info, or you can find the links in the description. Or if you're watching through the playlist, sit back, relax, and let the next video roll. No matter what you do, I hope you enjoyed this particular preview of XCOM 2. Until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good one.